Welcome to Ask and Learn.
So, hello students. In this question, we are asked about the Born-Haber cycle to produce NaCl2. Okay, so in a Born-Haber cycle, what usually happens is we have sodium in solid state. We give it sublimation enthalpy delta H sublimation to make it to convert it into the gaseous state. Then we provide it enough energy, enthalpy, ionization enthalpy 1, 2, to get Na 2 positive in the gaseous state. And we do the same in the case of with the chlorine as well. Chlorine, we have Cl2. It exists in the form of Cl2 as a diatomic gas in nature, and we give it enough enthalpy to first dissociate and give us 2 times Cl in the gaseous state. Then we give it enough electron affinity, right? We give it enough energy that uh, it carries a negative charge on it, carries an extra negative charge on it, and it was already in gaseous state. So here we have nitrogen with a plus 2 charge and 2 times two ions, two anions of chlorine with a minus 1 charge. So then they both combine to give us NaCl2 in the gaseous state. All right, so this is our final step. But this is a hypothetical cycle, right? It's not very practical. Why? Because if we see closely at the sodium, so in the case of sodium, Z is equal to 11, and its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, and 2s1, right? So sodium can easily lose one electron, but want to uh, when we want sodium to lose one more electron, it's very hard for that element to do so. Why? Because we have 2p6 electrons. We have 6 electrons in p orbitals. It means we have 3 orbitals in our p shell. So all the six electrons are well paired with each other, and so it's really very hard. They are highly stable. Fully filled orbitals are very stable. So it's really hard to pull up one electron from sodium. So the formation of Na2 positive is not very feasible reaction. Hence, this whole cycle does not exist in reality. Thank you.